guacamole on the floor.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Ninjago Cast, Masters of Podjitsu. You might have just been here, but we're doing it over again because XSplit didn't want to cooperate. Okay, the dojo's open, and I'm your sensei, LJ.
And I am Meso.
And I'm purple.
And welcome back to another episode of Ninjago Cast. We're the Masters of Podjitsu, and we're going to talk about Ninjago until the sun goes down.
But what if I want to talk about Ninjago at night? Hashtag Graves.
Oh my gosh, Meso. Okay. You know, I didn't want to have... I did not want to have to do this, Meso, but I'm gonna have to. So, for anyone unaware,
Go on.
Meso and I, we started a club. We're rather partial to clubs. And the club we started recently was the Brown Ninja Club, the Dareth fan club. Meso, I'm kicking you out.
Good, I already removed myself anyway.
Good. You don't
forget the
deserve to be a part of
context.
the Dareth fan club.
I think it was a threat of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. spoilers or something. I forget why I left the Dareth fan club.
Oh, no, I remember. It was you decided to betray our joyful conversation to leave and watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which you've already seen a bazillion times.
Not a bazillion, 10 times.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
So you know what,
Indeed,
Meso?
I did do that.
We don't accept traitors in the Dareth fan club.
Alright, fine. As a sacrifice, I'll gladly make.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway, so, hello everyone. We're back after those awful technical difficulties.
Mm-hmm. How are you doing? How are you all doing this fine Sunday evening?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Listen, man. I could be doing a lot of stuff right now. Editing the new Let's Play we just released. Making some organization changes. Sorry, not organization changes. Just organizing things.
How about you do that instead of sleeping all day and being unproductive at night? I mean, what? I didn't say anything.
What the heck, dude? Last night, not only was I recording 2 new reviews for my own channel, but I was editing, rendering, and uploading Dangan.
Where's content?
In fact, the only point of the night that was unproductive was when you and Keeney wanted me to join you on Destiny 1.
You're right, and you should have refused.
Oh my gosh. That's
Instead
it.
of complaining about it on Ninjago Cast
That's
later.
it. You know what? You know what, Meso? I'm demoting
What,
you.
Elder?
Get out of my dojo.
Oh my god.
I'm taking
But
away...
how-
I'm taking away your gi. I'm taking away any martial arts
gi?
skills you might have known. Get out.
But dude, my gi. I need my gi.
Oh my
I need to have this spin-off podcast.
Okay, nope. Mm-mm, nope. No.
Meso gets fired for 7 months, so is Ulti. Incredible.
Let me see. I'm trying to look this up because I'm pretty sure that's an outfit name.
Yeah, a gi is the thing.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I was just-
Karate gi.
I was
Yeah,
just
there we
mocking
go. All right, now get out.
I didn't say you said it wrong. It was funny.
Oh, so you're racist.
No.
You know,
Why
things
would
from
you
other
say
cultures sound funny to you. Is that it, Meso? Yeah. See, this is
Things
what
from
happens.
Americans sound funny.
This is what happens, Meso. You're on my turf.
LJ,
Mess
you
with
are
the
not
bull.
one to mock me.
Oh,
you are
yeah?
not one to mock me for thinking that things sound funny. You laugh every time anyone says noodle.
Pickle.
Sorry.
See, guaranteed way to make LJ laugh. Pickle noodle.
Pickled noodles.
Okay. All right.
All right.
So enough of this.
Yes. Ulti says, "I'm noodle rich."
Okay. Let's go ahead and get into the show. We are today talking about the newest season of Ninjago, which is Hunted. This is episode 85 overall, titled Firstbourne.
Why is it titled Firstbourne? I don't know.
Yeah, why is it called that?
The Firstbourne does not show
I don't
up.
know.
Who is the firstborn?
Maybe it's like the cave painting with like the dragons, but like that appears for 3 seconds. So.
First painted.
Okay.
Okay. So
yeah, give us a recap.
okay, bow, 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 bow. Oh, sorry. So the episode starts off, and we see Ninjago City is just absolutely in ruins. We have biker gangs going all over the place. There's a painting, which I'm sure has some relevance to something, just being thrown around in the wind. It's crazy stuff. It's just awful. Meanwhile, we see Ninjago City is just up in smoke and flames. We see the thing that looks nothing like the set shown. Then we see someone in a green robe. They're going around various different alleyways. They're pushing aside some carts. We don't know who it is. It's a mystery. We think it's Lloyd, but could it be? We see on the TV the biker gang. They're rounding people up. They're arresting, I guess, rebels? I'm not really sure. Just people they want. People with notoriety.
Main characters.
So then, the biker police, they find the guy in the green robe. They take the robe off and...
That's the best character in the entire show. That's Dareth. He's the best. The brown
An
ninja.
anti-Dareth fan club.
It's fine.
He sits there. He takes a spotlight for all the glory it's worth.
Obviously enough, he gets some food taken and makes it back to the new secret ninja hideout where he gives Lloyd... Moving on, we find out that they are just in hiding and they have been practicing and it isn't going well for Lloyd. He's pretty dejected, thinking that all of his friends are now dead. Which, I mean, let's be honest, they might as well be. Meanwhile, we see that Garmadon is trying his hardest to find the Green Ninja and his friends, well, the ones that are still alive but not alive, and it isn't really working out. So Harumi recommends Mr. E, the robotic Mr. E, that we still don't know the identity of. He does some cool chopping stuff. It looks really neat. Meanwhile, over in the mysterious dragon and Oni realm, we see the rest of the ninja are doing their thing, and it's not going well. We find out that Kai is now a conspiracy theorist because he's freaking out over having foil. Cole is generally normal. He's Daddy Cole now, taking care of young Wu. Zane is completely...
Daddy Cole.
Zane is completely unchanged, and Jay is crazy now. But he's still
Jay
the
is
best
super
character.
skeptic realist. Skeptic realist.
Jay is crazy, he's the best character, and he's nothing like Meso. Moving on, we find out that Wu has grown up some more. He now has, guess what? Young Lloyd's haircut. Haha, get it? Because they're related. So, little tiny Wu and Cole go out to find some grub to eat, and they come across, that's right, a big blue lizard. And some gourds. Yummy, yummy
Baby
gourds.
dragon.
Adorable. He's so cute.
It's pretty ugly.
Yeah,
Oh my
well,
God,
unfortunately, Mother comes up, and, well,
He's so
antics.
cute.
Antics
She's so ugly.
ensue. They start running away. Oh my goodness, the dragon, it starts spewing lightning. Things go crazy. All of a sudden, back at camp, fog sets in. Jay is playing his game that's not a game. And all of a sudden, wham, 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 they start getting captured. The ninja's greatest weakness is chains. They get sucked off into the shadows. It's just awful. It's terrible. Meanwhile, back in the normal realm, the ninja are practicing their training. But then all of a sudden, guess what? They're talking. And then after the talking, they find out where they are. But Dareth,
He steps up to the plate. Dareth, the brown ninja, the ninja of hot air. He's ready to take Mr. E down. He's gonna reveal his
How good of a
identity.
Dareth voice you can do.
He's gonna take him out with his not perfectly ripped body, but it doesn't matter, okay? Don't fat shame him.
but that really doesn't matter because guess what? Elemental Masters! They're back! They're relevant! Minifigure packs are worth something now! So,
Yes.
they show up, they bail the ninja out, they manage to get out in the nick of time, everything is all super swell. However, in the other realm,
Who's
the
next?
rest of the ninja are captured and brought to, that's right, this guy and his weird collection of older dragon skulls. And that is the end of the episode.
Oh my god, the skulls.
Okay. They brought to this guy.
I don't know his name.
All right. So you forgot several key moments, but that's all right because I didn't make gifs of them because they were generally unimportant.
Yeah, butthead. Don't blame me for that.
Not generally unimportant in the plot sense, but unimportant in the GIF sense. It's like, oh, it's just them
Yeah,
talking.
okay, I mean, the main thing that people are pointing out that I did skip out on is that they found pieces of the bounty, the ninja in the normal realm. and came to a realization that the other ninja are alive. It gives them hope right before it's dashed by them speaking loudly in an alleyway surrounded by enemies, and then the other elemental masters come in and be like, hey guys, how's it hanging? We're gonna save you.
That was a good recap, LJ. I liked it.
Thank you. I got my energy
Very,
back.
very energetic. Let's talk about this episode. A little background, just in case there are some people watching this who might not have followed our podcast in the past. If you're new, welcome. I hope you have fun here. We really liked Sons of Garmadon. We really liked Sons of Garmadon. I think it's pretty much everybody in TTV's favorite season ever, bar none. There isn't really a contest.
Rebooted isn't as good, LJ.
You know what?
No way
I don't
Rebooted
care
is
if it
good.
isn't as good. He didn't say the best season. He said favorite, and Rebooted is my favorite.
All right, fine. But we all pretty much agree it's the best
I
season.
don't like it.
You
Yeah,
don't
we
have
pretty much
to
all
like
agree
the
it's
message,
objectively the
Nork.
best
Just
season.
carry it. Oh.
Wow, good Bionicle reference. I like it.
I didn't like it.
So with Sons of Garmadon, they really elevated the stakes a lot. They introduced a lot of dramatic elements. They introduced a lot of mature plot threads, a lot of new villains, a lot of open doors that they were not able to successfully close by the end of the season by design. There was a massive cliffhanger, and I think this is either the shortest or the second shortest wait between Ninjago seasons ever. I think the only one that might have come sooner than this was Possession after Tournament of Elements. So they know there's a big cliffhanger. They know they got to follow it up. And there's a big checklist of things they got to tackle in this season, and it's quite massive. I'm going to run through them. We need payoff on Mr. E's identity. We need Garmadon to actually do something as the main villain instead of just being Harumi's puppet. He needs to have some initiative. We have to resolve the Child Wu plotline and grant him his golden dragon energy. We have to juggle 2 separate realms and 2 separate stories. We have to reintroduce the Elemental Masters back into the proceeding, like 8 different characters. Then, obviously, we have to have some sort of final resolution where the ninja come back into the main realm and defeat the villains as the biker gang, all while providing sufficient development and focus on the dragon hunters. So it's a big stacked plate for the showrunners to have to tackle.
They
This
got
episode-
this. I believe in them.
Yeah, it's pretty tricky. I can imagine this is gonna be the most. They could very easily screw this up, but I don't think they will. I'm very confident. And this first episode, I'm gonna lay down a bold claim here. I think this was the best season premiere that we've ever had.
I mean, Rebooted though.
Rebooted was good. Rebooted, no jokes. Rebooted reestablished things very nicely after its cancellation. And I also really liked Tournament of Elements, where like all the ninja are disbanded, and they gotta like get the band back together, and then introduce the Elemental Masters. Those were really good. But Tournament of Elements raised eyebrows with the Elemental Master thing because it was kind of a retcon. This one didn't really have any retcons, except for one big one. My number one flaw with the episode. Last 2 episodes in Sons of Garmadon. I have no son. Garmadon,
gosh.
this episode. Find my son.
Okay.
You were laughing way too hard at that.
I mean,
Sound like a
really,
maniac.
the biggest retcon here, obviously, is the fact that, let's be honest, we all know he could have taken on every single member of that biker gang. Why didn't they let Dareth go ham and cheese on them? He could have done it. He could have taken all of them on. I mean, that guy is that is the ideal male body, just so everyone is aware.
Dareth versus
Some
Mr. E.
projecting here.
Yeah, me too.
Listen, I'm just saying.
Okay, I'm the only member of the Dareth fan club I have to represent. Thank you.
Dareth versus Mr. E was a fight I never knew I needed until they gave it to me.
It's
And
what I
I'm
want
like, yes.
now.
It's perfection. But no, it's just like this episode had a lot of good stuff. It had freaking funny moments. Pretty much anything with Jay and Kai was just comedy gold, like all the way through. Constantly laughing, particularly Jay. But it also had a lot of serious moments, like Nia and Lloyd angsting out about the death of their friends and having a really big emotional speech about Nia talking about, like, you're not the only one who's lost everything. And then Lloyd's like, well, maybe I shouldn't be the leader. I'm a terrible leader. And all this other stuff. And then they have the emotional reveal. Hey, the ninja are alive. It's great. And then the hype moment where they reintroduce the masters. It's just all good. It's just really, really good. However, there are a few things to discuss. Let's talk about Kid Wu.
Oh, you mean
Adorable.
Lloyd?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Kid Lloyd.
Yeah.
So we talked about this briefly last time. They're doing this thing that's really weird, and I don't think any other franchise has ever done this before, where they're taking the mentor character and the kind of self-insert kid becomes protagonist character, and they're flipping them. And they're like having Lloyd get older naturally and become the master, the leader. And then having Wu be de-aged and is going to basically become new Lloyd. And like he's right now he's Kid Lloyd and he's filling that exact same role. By season's end, he's going to become Golden Dragon Master Wu, because the sets have shown this, and essentially be Lloyd from the whole Stone Army wave. What are your thoughts on this progression?
Well, when you put it that way, it sounds very but I kind of
That's
like,
interesting.
like, I want to say it sounds interesting, but after like hearing it worded like that, it almost just kind of feels like a rehash or something. Like,
It kind of does. It depends on how the character is handled.
yeah.
Because my biggest problem is with Lloyd, we got to grow up with him and we got to see his turn from, confused, try-hard villain kid to being thrust into this responsibility and then having to take it on and fight the Overlord. And they did this literally over the course of the entire show. Like, two seasons. With Wu, it's very difficult for me to think of Wu as having a character because we've only, if that makes any sense, not to say that Sensei Wu didn't. He was a cool dude, but you know what I mean? He was the mentor role. He was the sensei. He's not like a main character you root for against adversity and know his inner plight. So them introducing those elements now in the span of one season where he's aging up rapidly and he's going to go from kid to teen in this season and then maybe to adult by the end of it. I'm very worried, but also very interested.
I mean, I think it's fine for now, just simply because I don't know where it's going. I'm not too against it because it kind of it takes the group dynamic in an interesting direction. My problem is that we still have yet to figure out how this all really happened, because if you recall, Wu got hit by the aging blade, and then he got hit by the de-aging blade, which was supposed to negate the aging blade. However, he then didn't stop aging, became a child, and there's just a stopping point? Why didn't he just de-age out of existence? What allows him to live and then continue to once again rapidly age? Is there a stopping point there? What's that?
Yeah, like, is he just going to rapidly age to his death?
Exactly. It's like, and if he rapidly ages to his death, why didn't he rapidly de-age to his non-existence? That's my biggest problem with this.
Dude, Hands of Time is so stupid. Hands of Time. It's really dumb. I wish I wish that season did not exist. They're probably not. Spiang, however you pronounce your name in the patron chat says, maybe it's the effects of falling through the time vortex.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
And that is a good explanation.
I guess.
It's a good explanation in the sense that it's an explanation that doesn't require an explanation. It's hand-wavy, timey-wimey magic. And if you accept that, then you can accept this. And considering the loose rules with the rest of time travel, I can't accept that. I can yield there. They're taking risks, and I appreciate that. It's definitely a shake-up to the dynamic of the show. And this is about the closest they could get towards like putting the ninja in new roles. Because Tommy Anderson and he said in his interview with Brent Miller a while ago, like they're not going to age up the ninja to be like adults. They're pretty much going to stay generally where they are forever. So this is mixing up the roles like this is the closest they could get towards putting them in a new paradigm, if that makes any sense. It's just all going to hinge on Wu. He has to be interesting. He can't just be a Lloyd rehash. Let's talk about Mr. E. Are we
what
still
mystery?
set on our prior Mr. E, LJ?
What mystery?
Shut your face, LJ. You know what I mean? The thing with him is we still don't know who he is. And based on stuff we've heard since the last Ninjago cast, we won't know. I forget who said it. I think the Hagmans or Tommy Anderson. They mentioned that once Hunted is over, they'll be ready to talk about who Mr. E is.
Oh wow.
That's Tommy, I the Wolf says. All right, Tommy said that. So what that tells me is his identity is not going to matter in this season. What they're probably going to do, if I had to guess, have this season be about the Dragon Hunters and fighting Garmadon and Harumi and them. And then at the very end of the season, Mr. E's identity will get revealed, and that will prompt the next season. That will be like our stinger. Like, oh, tune in next time. Mr. E will finally have relevance E.
Oh my gosh. See,
But I don't know.
one of the most popular answers as to who Mr. E is that he's Echo Zane. And
Yes.
unfortunately that makes
You like that theory?
Yes, I do.
it makes as much sense as it doesn't. Because on the one hand, you know, how did he learn all these amazing fighting moves that outdo the standard Zane? Because, you know, obviously we know he had fighting moves.
Amazing.
Okay, thank you. How'd he end up being a bad guy? What's his motivation? Was he just reprogrammed by who, why, etc.? However, at the same time, makes sense. He's a robot. He would have a connection. There's the Zane kind of investment there. And finally, of course, Mr. E, Mr. Echo. So that it all lines up.
Or it could be the Overlord. Which I really doubt.
Oh,
But
please no, please no.
I don't
please
doubt.
No, please
I love the Overlord, man. Come on, Purple.
I don't... Okay, yeah, okay, so Ulti actually brought up something that I'm hoping for. It's Mindroid.
Come on.
I want it to be Mindroid. It's like, you tried to destroy me when I had
my
short
God.
legs. No, Mindroid comes back and he's like, Lego released new posable shorter legs. I have evolved!
Oh my gosh, that is. Oh, I love that.
That's a good theory in the meta sense. I don't know about in story, but that's good. I like it a lot. Someone in the YouTube chat, Strawberry Hipster says, "Could Mr. E be a male pixel?" What do you mean by that?
Yeah, hold on, what?
Please elaborate. Please elaborate on your theory. So Mr. E is pretty interesting because if you take that into consideration that we won't know until the end of this season, it's weird how they're like giving him relevancy in the first episode. Harumi's like, this is the guy who needs to go hunt down Lloyd. He's built to be a cut above the rest. And he gratuitously cuts these two spikes and then strikes an action pose. And then it zooms like spookily into his face like we're supposed to be afraid of this guy. But like we still don't know who he is. So I'm just kind of I'm left more frustrated than anything else. Not in a bad way necessarily, but just kind of like in a head scratching way. Like, yeah, this is nice, but I really want to know how he connects to everything else, because he's not just a random schmuck, contrary to what Var believes, or they wouldn't be giving such focus to him constantly in the shot composition and the framing.
Yeah, I feel like there's a reason he's important. I don't know why. At the same time, it's not really that much of a priority for me. Like, I don't care that much. There are more important things that I find being invested in.
Mm-hmm. I get you. Just one of those things that merits discussing. Also, Prentice1215 says we're supposed to be afraid of him, but Karloff dispatches him easily. Yeah, with one punch.
With his mask on, too. Like, he had the mask, he had the four arms, and then Karloff just comes in and is like, in Soviet Russia, metal backhand you, and just chucked him into a bunch of trees.
Indeed. So, yeah, it's just a little bit of an interesting thing. What else? Can we talk about the Lloyd and Nia and the crew dynamic? Let's discuss that. What do you guys think of that?
I mean, it's fine, honestly. I don't really have any complaints about it.
But what was it again?
No, just the whole resistance dynamic and all the emotional scenes they had.
Oh, yeah, they're fun.
Come on!
I don't really have any comments. There's like,
None of you
Oh,
like
they're-
the emotional scenes.
Oh, it's
I
not that
mean-
I
Very
dislike
well
it.
written.
yeah, I just I don't remember them.
Wow.
I just don't. There's nothing super. Like, it happened. It's great. It's like, oh, don't worry, Lloyd. We're gonna be here to help you out. And it's perfectly fine. If Var were here, he'd say, yeah, the scene was great, except kill Misaku. His mom.
Misako.
Thank you. Just kill Misako. Also, give Dareth power.
Well, that's a thing that also warrants discussing. We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
I just wanted to say, like, I guess I'm the real Ninjago fan here. I can call it.
You didn't just say that. Do you
I
have
gotta
Ninjago
give
City?
props to the acting in the scene, particularly Nia's. She really sold it home. Whatever the actress's name is, I forget at the moment. Very, very well written, very well acted, dealing with the death of people that you love. It might have been very brief. They might have just kind of revealed, hey, everybody's fine by the end of the episode, which is a con some people seem to have, that it was revealed too quick that the ninja were alive. But I don't necessarily agree. I think that they balanced it very well, so it's not annoying for the viewers to have to sit through something that obviously isn't true the longer than they have to. But
Yeah.
they held on it just enough to be able to squeeze a few emotional scenes out of it, where like the crew hits rock bottom. So then by the end of the episode, when things turn up for them, you feel that. You feel the tonal shift, and you're like, yes, hype, you can actually get invested in this because you just saw them super depressed.
I can
But it's just
actually
one of those things.
understand the critique of it being a little too soon. Because,
Okay.
well, at the same time, though, to me, I didn't realize that they thought they were dead. So, I could totally understand that. Like, if that had a little more gravitas, if it were more like a Bionicle related story that I don't want to spoil for people, I could have seen it being a little better if they actually got some progress, tried to do things on their own, and then eventually found out. But, and I guess, I think it's fine, it works out, it's not that big a deal, it gets things moving.
Fair enough. Alrighty then. So the next big thing I want to talk about is Dareth.
Oh, yes.
He's totally going to get powers.
Swear.
There's a thing going around. Tommy Anderson a while back, he had a poll, and it was like, well, not a poll, it was like 2 truths and a lie. And he said 3 things, like Dareth gets powers, there's a language of the dragons, and there's a talking rat. And everyone obviously guessed the 2 truths were the other things, and the lie was Dareth getting power. And then he was like, well, I guess we're not as predictable as we think we are.
Listen,
So,
obviously enough, he already has the power of hot air.
the
Steam
current
almost.
prevailing theory is Dareth's going to get powers, and they're going to be the powers of communicating with animals.
Be the furry ninja.
The furry ninja.
How's about you shut your blasphemous mouth?
What
Because,
would
like,
happen to your precious Dareth fan club if that he ended up like talking to animals?
I mean,
what would make him a furry?
yeah, he's not dressing up like an animal, so he'd just be
Unless he
talking.
does.
He does.
Okay, if he does,
What
the
if he
Dareth
does?
fan club is going to be blasted into oblivion. Like, I will send it to the sun. I will take my Dareth minifigure. I'm going to good guy him.
Well, now I hope
Furries
that-
aren't that bad, LJ.
Uh-huh, you keep telling yourself that. You're one of them.
Oh my god. She's not a
Well,
furry.
we're friends.
She's
so...
a scaly.
Oh
She's
my
a
god.
feathery.
Sorry, no, we're both
Oh my
wrong.
God.
She's the feathery. She's in the birds.
Yes. Yes,
Oh my
that's
God.
true.
But yeah, no, I think he's going to get the ability to talk with animals.
And that would be the great con in Tommy's tweet, because like the language of the dragons, the predictable thing is the lie, and the talking rat, and then Dareth getting powers would be the truths. So it's pretty interesting, and I think it's long overdue.
No, I think, yeah, no, it would... Honestly, language of the dragons would probably end up, being the lie. And the talking rat, he'd just talk to the rat.
Thank you for just repeating what I said.
I mean, listen, I didn't pay close attention. Sorry.
Really, you're showing your sensei power here.
Like, you said a lot of words, and it's like, oh, hey, time to make this realization on my own.
Incredible.
I'm sorry, Meso.
It's okay, LJ. It's all right. But yeah, it's about time Dareth gets to do something other than just be comedic relief, even though he's
I
really
agree.
good comedic relief.
I think-
And yeah, how Eye of the Wolf says 100% the reason Dareth is getting powers is to add on to Lloyd feeling hopeless about himself. And I agree. I think that's exactly what it's going to be.
I'd feel pretty hopeless if I were in the same area as Dareth as well. I mean, it's like, that's a lot to live up to. It's like standing next to Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, he's this huge, muscly man. He's oh my gosh.
Yes.
Dareth
What are you
becomes
trying
the
to
golden
say right
master.
now?
Well, it's
Trying
like, okay.
to say that Dareth is peak male form
Yes.
again.
So, well, for instance, it's like, let's say you're me, you know, scrawny, spindly, could probably be blown away in a strong wind, and then you stand next to Arnold, and he's like, hello, look at me, I'm Austrian muscle, all of my muscles, and he flexes, and he just, like, his shirt explodes. That's Arnold, you know, standard 80s action film guy. And so the comparison is like, it's Lloyd as the scrawny, blown away fellow, and then Dareth as Arnold.
That's Lloyd, ninja, scrawny, blown away fellow.
Yeah, well, to be fair, he did get blown away in Possession by the Master of Air.
That he did. Ha
So there's already a Master Bear. Oh wait, no, never mind.
No, he's not. Mora's dead. Purple, get over it.
Yeah.
Well, no, I forgot that like Dareth's powers wouldn't literally be hot air. It'd probably be like, well, it could be, but like it's more likely to be the animal thing,
Hot air.
as they say.
Hey, no. That stuff's not in canon. It's a Dareth canon.
Oh my god.
Dareth Cannon.
Can I just say I really don't like them like showing Ronan on the screen? Like, hey, this guy exists. He's cool. Remember him? Immediately getting locked up.
So they don't have to like. So he doesn't have to be like important.
He's
But why can't he
no.
be important? Why can't he hang with the Masters?
No,
Misako gets to hang with the Masters. Why can't Ronan hang with the Masters?
He's a Chekhov's gun, let's be honest. He'll be
I mean,
back.
The Chekhov's gun is a storytelling principle. Like when you put a gun on the wall in a story, that gun later has to be used. Otherwise, it was irrelevant, basically. So he's
Okay.
implying that them showing Ronan means he'll have to come back at some point, or else it won't be worthless, or else it'll all be worthless. But it's not necessarily true. They could just be getting him out of the way.
Or how's
Sweeping him
about,
off to the side.
I'm right.
I mean, I wish you were right. I just don't have any faith that you're right. Because you're very rarely
What
right about Lego.
the
things like
heck?
color blue.
How dare you? How dare you? You know what?
And just earlier, you said that Ninjago like hunted is season 8.
Okay, to be fair,
funny.
that was just a slip of the tongue. It's obviously season 10.
Obviously.
It is. Listen, Meso,
Um,
whose side are you on now? Because I don't even know.
I'm on season 10.
Okay, thank you.
I'll fight to my dying breath that it's season 10, even
Yeah.
in the wake of like facts and like reasoned discourse. I will stake my life on it.
Season 1 were the first 4 episodes, then Season 2 with the snakes, and Season
You
3.
people are stupid.
Season
It's the
4.
Bionicle fan in me. If a year's worth of sets, 2 waves, like 30 sets gets produced for a storyline, that storyline is indicative of being counted in the mainline chronology.
Yes.
Ergo,
What
it
on earth
deserves
does
a
that mean?
season. It means it deserves a season.
How dare you? How dare you, Eye of the
Wolf?
Wolf? Sets don't matter. Do you know who I am? I am Mr. Set. Sets matter.
Mr. Set! Alright. So, anyway. I already see the counter argument brewing about how they're each 22 minutes. And, like, if that's the case, why isn't Day of the Departed a season? Because Day of the Departed only got 1 wave. The Skeleton's got 2 waves. Bingo bango! Facto! Anyway.
Yeah, get dipped like a chip.
Let's talk about Jay.
Yeah,
I
what
hope
up?
Jay never goes back to the way he used to be.
Oh,
Okay.
he will.
Yeah, he definitely will
Jay
because
is
he's the best
absolutely
character.
hilarious. Pretty much every scene had me rolling, and the facial expressions too.
You're finally coming around on Jay. I'm glad.
New Jay.
No, it's the same Jay.
No, skeptic realist
One
Jay
might
is
say-
best Jay.
One might say it's the J, or in another language, LJ.
Oh my god.
my god, I love that J face.
Yeah, it is. It's such a great face. And I also had a lot of good lines screaming at him.
Someone commissioned me to redraw that because I'll never do it on my own time.
But please.
Yeah, no,
Purple,
Jay
do it
was
for the fan.
fantastic. Is it a game that has unlimited amount of plays?
Well, like, what was his line when Guy first asked? He was like, "I'm playing this game that I made for myself," or something. It's like, oh, all right. So there's a lot of really good comedy in that episode.
Yeah.
Cole, or as to quote your words, Daddy Cole and Woo.
Well, it's because
a lot
he's
of
trying
good
to
food.
father young Woo. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Indeed.
You want to fight?
I'll fight you with the power of hot air.
Yes. I am a little concerned about how they're going to portray the dragon hunters. Though I admit that it's probably a bit early to like dismiss them based on like one scene of them just like laughing evilly. But like it's never a good sign for villain nuance and depth when the first time you meet them they do nothing but laugh for a solid 10 seconds.
I mean, okay, so to be
No,
fair,
there's just like the cliffhanger ending.
I know. It's just like ha 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 ha.
and let's not call them dragon hunters, can we not? Let's call them by their proper
Why-
name, dragon slayers, because let's be honest,
Let's call them by their actual name, the Oni.
the first few
They're not-
dragons
they're
are
not
dead.
actually Oni.
What?
From all reports, they're not the Oni.
What?
It doesn't make any sense to me either. I think
Yeah.
they should be the Oni.
They're the
No, if
Novi.
I'm wrong on that, please correct me because I'd love to be wrong. But I think I read somewhere that it was confirmed they're not Oni.
Hey!
There's
They're-
people.
They're dragon slayers.
Dragon hunters. Dragon
Slayers.
hunters, yo.
Slayers.
Oh my god.
If anyone can fact check me, it's Eye of the Wolf, so please do. Please do right now. Do you know anything about this? No, don't. Okay, you don't know anything? Alright.
Nice.
So until I'm proven wrong, they're not Oni. So yeah, I hope they're written well. I hope they're nuanced, but it's looking like pretty much only one of them might be Top Hat guy.
Ah,
Who
they'll be
I
fine.
forget his name. Isn't he the name of the Iron Baron?
Yeah, that's what
I
people were telling
believe-
me earlier.
All right, let's talk about the skulls.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, the skulls!
I think the illusion there is that it's the Ultra Dragon.
Yep.
The skulls are from the Ultra Dragon. It's dead. I think what I heard was that in the trailer, they showed that scene. And there were like 4 skulls there.
Yep. Yep, there
But
it is.
then in the
Eye of Wolf
actual-
just posted it.
Okay, cool. Was the trailer edited for the actual show?
Well,
at
this
all?
might be a
By
different
which I
shot.
mean,
This might just show up in the next episode.
maybe. Because there was a
other shot you're talking about?
apparently on the trailer they showed this scene already. They say,
Yeah, no,
but I
that's
could
true.
be just misremembering.
No.
This might be all there is.
I think that it's 100% the Ultra Dragon, specifically because of what Tommy told us. Not us specifically, but
That
the
we'll
general
see
us.
it. That we'll see it, but it'll be in a different way than we expect.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I
Dude,
think
the Ultra
that.
Dragon is an abomination. It deserves to be sacrificed.
Oh, but what about Rocky?
No, it's a four-headed, ugly-looking creature.
Now
It's
it's
like one of
bones.
the worst Ninjago sets ever made, and
It-
now it's bones.
Yeah, they literally took the set and used it for what most people use it for that don't play with it, and they displayed it. It's now a decoration. A skeletal
As
one.
as a skeleton fan, this is a vast trade-up, as far as I'm concerned.
Gosh.
Four-headed dragon, ugly-looking abomination, traded for some skulls. Thumbs up. 2 thumbs up, Lego.
Meanwhile, our dragon aficionado, what are your thoughts?
Oh my god, it's a dragon.
Thank
wonder if
you
it's
for
like
that
a-
coherent sentence.
Red herring. I wonder if it's gonna be like a red herring though. Like it just comes in the soup, or like soups in and saves the day last second.
I would hate that. So it better not happen.
I now really want
But
that to
you're-
happen.
It's certainly a possibility.
I kind of hope it's shit, to be honest, just for the angst.
There
Yeah.
would be no angst. They wouldn't even mention it. It'd just be like a wink and a nod to the fan.
I love it. I want him to be dead. Not because I hate them like you do, Meso, but I just think that'd be really kind of funny.
It would be pretty funny. Plus, they need to get their own dragons now. They need to like get new ones. Zane can get his tiny dumb dragon.
We're gonna get a set for that. Relax.
Are we?
I'm fairly confident we will.
All right. Fingers crossed. I think that was pretty much all for the episode.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure. There's the Elemental Masters.
They show up.
They show up.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they're able to balance so many characters. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't expect like crazy backstories for them or anything. I just mean like in terms of focus. There's now quite the schism between the casts. We have like 12 characters back in regular Ninjago, and then the 4 characters plus Wu in Oni and the Dragon. That's a lot of people to balance screen time for. So I'm hoping they can pull it off.
Yeah. No, I think they will be. They'll be able to.
That's pretty much all for this one. So in total, closing thoughts. What do you guys think about the episode?
It was neat.
Is that it?
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it.
Okay.
Stuff happened. It was enjoyable, entertaining.
Okay.
Well, it was all those things, but it was like on another level. Like, I'm so used to the Sons of Garmadon to where it's like all super good and stuff like that, and this
That's a
just
good
kind
point.
of continues this on. So now I'm just like, yeah, this is the norm. Then sweet.
That's a really good point. We've been like accustomed to good Ninjago. We're gonna start taking it for granted before too long.
Yeah.
Elge, what do you think?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good episode. I definitely think it's one of the best season premieres. I'm really, really interested to see where this all goes. But most importantly, listen, Hagman Brothers, Mr. Anderson, first, hello. I enjoyed Troll Hunters, and please respond to my emails. And second, you gotta do me this one favor. Even if Dareth doesn't get a great moment, I need him to say,
We're gonna make sure the antics ensue for the bad guys.
and then just,
Oh my God.
wipe them out.
Yes.
Well, this was like for last season or whatever.
I think it is. Might not be official. It might have just been a vague tweet, but I think that was mentioned at some point.
We will see. So Dareth has to come through, okay?
All right.
Okay,
Here's
well,
a comment from Ludicrous Lego in the YouTube stream chat.
Not
No, Ultra Dragon is the best. They can't kill him. Cry face. Please no.
I got some bad
Get used
news.
to it. Death is but a part of life.
Yeah, I'm sorry, pal, but if this story is going to age up, some people are going to be put down.
Indeed, some dragons are going to be put down.
Oh my gosh. They're going to go to the dragon farm.
Oh my god. Okay. pretty much the only he's making an animal farm.
No, not an animal. Not an animal farm joke, but an animal farm joke.
So, pretty much the only other thing to mention before we end this episode is San Diego Comic-Con is coming soon. And we briefly talked about this on the BrickFeed podcast, but they're teasing a big Lego announcement specifically related to Ninjago. Tommy Anderson was like, big San Diego Comic-Con news coming soon. Stay tuned for an official Lego announcement. Hashtag Ninjago. And then he later amended it with a reply and was like, actually read my tweet. I said, awesome San Diego Comic-Con 2018 info coming soon. Somehow people read, there will be awesome announcements at a panel, SDCC 2018. That's not what I said. So the implication there is that whatever we find out about Ninjago, it won't be at a panel. It'll come out through an official Lego announcement, but it will be timed around San Diego Comic-Con. Additionally, we've learned since that both Simon Lucas and the Hagman brothers will not be attending the Ninjago panel at SDCC.
Right.
Although there will be a panel at SDCC. So, let me just walk through the logic here. Big news related to
Big
Ninjago.
news!
Timed with San Diego Comic-Con, but too big to be, or at least possibly too big to be at a panel itself. It'll come through an official LEGO channel. Tommy Anderson's involved and knows about it, but the writers of the TV show aren't involved with it, or at least won't be at the panel. That might coincide with such a thing. I'm not saying it's Ninjago movie 2,
Oh God.
but it could be Ninjago movie 2. It's just one of many theories fluctuating around currently. Spiang says, why would they do that? Why in the world? Redemption. That's why.
Better be a redemption.
We need a redemption arc.
Ninjago rebooted the movie.
Yes!
Oh my god.
Yes! And Tommy says Ninjago has a bright future. Yes, that too. Now, if you couple that with his quote about how there's going to be some kind of crossover that comes way out of left field in the future, Ninjago versus BIONICLE, the movie.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
dude. Come
your
on.
hopes up.
The Lego Ninjagonicle movie.
No.
What if it gets like a book
Alright.
series?
Oh my-
It already has one, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's like books and comic books. I used to read all the comic books, but then I got bored. They're all like
stopped caring when they-
non-canon anyway.
When they deliberately made them non-canon, it was very frustrating, so I didn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost
Greg.
as much as I am frustrated at the Way of the Departed not being canon, even though it totally could be.
Yeah, if they
I twitched.
canonize that, I'd be happy.
Hi, the Wolf says Ninjago and TLM to TV Universe Ninja. You're funny.
Yeah, you need to give up on that.
Check expectations.
Lego Universe 2 Despacito.
And on that note,
Not Day of the Departed, Way of the Departed.
Way.
Tommy Anderson's Twitter fanfic continuation, which could be canon if you wanted to make it. It's the place where he hand waves a lot of like plot holes, like why the ninja don't use air jitsu. Apparently, that's gonna get explained.
so you guys got to keep something in mind. Being if you're a TTV follower, then you're likely well aware or a fan of Bionicle. Tommy Anderson is Ninjago's Greg Farshty, so treat him nicely.
Please don't ask him dumb questions. Don't frustrate him.
Thank him. Be courteous. Be polite. Be respectful. All those things.
Indeed.
Okay. Is there anything else,
Go ahead
Meso?
and wrap us up. No, we're done.
Thank you. My goodness. Okay.
A lot of stuff to talk about. It's been months.
It has.
Months. There's so much to talk about. We still never even reviewed Way of the Departed like we said we were going to. Or like I said we were going to.
Yeah, like you
Oh, yeah,
said. we
fine,
were
and
gonna
it-
do. Alright. Anyway, thank you all so very much for listening. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Ninjago Cast. We're going to go ahead and wrap up. Make sure to tune in yet again next time when we discuss everything Ninjago, only when the show airs. I have been Sensei LJ.
I have been Ninja Guy Meso.
And I've been a random dude on the sidewalk, purple.
And so, the dojo is closed. Class is dismissed.
Hey!